Hey, welcome back to Vinny the Axe. So, over the last few weeks or few months, several months actually, I've been jonesing for a multi-effects unit. And I've been looking at the Line 6 HX effects. I've been looking at the Fractal Audio VP4, something to put in the effects loop of my BluGuitar Amp 1. And I was watching some reviews on it today, and it sounds killer. And then I'm looking at it like it only does 4 effects at a time. I know it does a lot of stuff, and you can have different patches and things. And I'm not one for in-menu programming and all that kind of jazz. So I like to keep it simple with dials, you know. I'm an old man, so it's easier that way. And I decided, like, wait a minute, I have like a ton of pedals. Let me see if I can, you know, add stuff to the BluGuitar, because I've done a video in the past. If you get a chance, check it out. I only had a few effects, like an overdrive, a tuner, and I want to say reverb and a delay in the effects loop of the BluGuitar Amp 1, and of course, like the drives in front of the amp. But I'm like, wait a minute, why don't I create another pedal board for in front of the amp, and then use the smaller one for the time-based effects in the effects loop? So that's what started this mess. So I have a Morley Bad Horsey wah that is the smaller one. So it's like a newer generation one. I had one years ago, like I wore it out. And so I have that. I have a TC Electronics tuner. I have the tuner going into a compressor. The compressor is then going into the Deja Vibe, and then into the Harmonious Monk Tremolo, and then out that into the Brown Amplification Protein Overdrive pedal, and then that is going into the front of the BluGuitar amp. And then in the loop, I have a Keeley Tri-Chorus pedal. I have a Boss DD8 digital delay. I have it set on the digital delay setting. I have the Strymon Dig analog delay. And then I have a MXR reverb pedal, which I use sparingly. It's actually a pretty good pedal. It's pretty underrated. Does a lot of really cool ambient stuff. You know, it's not like some of the newer ones that are out. You know, different brands, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. And I have it on like maybe like a more of a 80s kind of reverb echo for this video. Anyway, I'm going to take you through the board. I'm going to try a couple different combinations so you can actually hear different ones and see what you think. Anyway, let's check it out. It's set in the vintage setting. It's got a, you know, like a breakup kind of sound going on. So that's how I have it set up, and then everything else will be laid on top. So before I do anything else, let's try the wah pedal. So this is a more of a modern style wah, so it doesn't have that classic sound, but it's really cool for accenting notes. And then obviously we got the tuner, and then the compressor, which I always leave on. So this is with it off. This is with it on, very mild. All right, so let's hear the Deja Vibe. Awesome pedal. All right, let's go to the tremolo. cool pedal. And then we're going to move to the Protein. So the Protein, this is more like a Nobles ODR1 style circuit. And this adds a little spice to the drive channel. So I'll play it with that again. With it on. I believe is more like a blues driver kind of thing going on. Very mild. This is without it. Pretty cool. And then we'll take a look at I'm going to put it into clean on the amp, and I'm going to put it in the chorus pedal. Take that off. I'm going to go back into my drive channel, and I'm going to add a little bit of reverb. Put on the Protein. And then I have the volume pedal set up so that I can swell stuff in like you heard in the intro, and it doesn't cut off the tails of the delays and stuff, time-based effects, because they're in the loop. And I'll add some digital delay. And you can still hear all the tails of the effect. So while we have that on, and I have that set up for a really long delay. And then the brig I have set up for a shorter delay. And I think that pretty much rounds it out. There's really not a lot super going on here. It's nothing super crazy, but it's there's a lot of options for what I do. And you know, I hardly even use the chorus very much. And I mostly will never use the Deja Vibe and the Harmonious Monk at the same time. Although, let's try to see what that sounds like and put everything on at once. Here goes this mess. Well, I'm pretty happy with the pedal board. It gives me a lot of options and different things to noodle around with for now, and I'm excited about it. So we'll see how long it lasts. Usually I get bored really quick and change stuff up, but for right now, I'm pretty happy with how all the pedals are working and jiving together. I think they're playing pretty good. Even when I had them all on at the same time, it sounded pretty cool. So if you got something out of this video, if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the bell icon so you're notified of any new videos that come out. Hit all that stuff at the bottom. And if you have any questions, throw them in the comments below, man. If you have some of these pedals and you like them or hate them or whatever, put them in the comments below. I greatly appreciate it. It does help out the channel, sends the algorithm or tells the algorithm to do something and ship it out or whatever. I don't know. I don't think anybody actually knows. Anyway, I greatly appreciate it if you do. Once again, thanks for watching Vinny the Axe. We'll see you soon. Take it easy.